is important for us to time get refreshed about this understanding, so that we our awareness develop in that way. We don't unnecessarily spend our time and energy for something which may not be helping us to grow in awareness. So that's what I'm also advise you, that many things you will read about the soul and things like that. So just you can read it as a story, but no need to take it seriously. Or worst thing is people try to compare between what is written there, and what is available in the net and all these things. And the final product of that is get confused. You get completely confused because it appears to be contradictory. And that's why my advice, because I also faced this, so I'm just sharing my own experience. So what I did is I stopped all input, all different sources of knowledge, particularly in this regard, regarding the soul matter, spiritual journey matter. I just followed my guru without, like, the horses, they give some kind of cap so that horse doesn't see here and there. They just keep running. So that kind of cover I put, and I finished the journey. When you reach to the top of the mountain, then you realize that everybody is saying this is correct, but you have to choose only one path. Otherwise, we'll never be able to reach to the top of the mountain. So that's what I'm advising you. Once you reach there, then you read. Then you read what is so and so master told about it, what is written in some scriptures, what is written there, what somebody is explaining. Everything will be meaningful. But at the time you are learning, if somebody in class 5 student who is learning English, and if you give him some kind of Shakespearean language, he will not understand. He'll bust his head to understand what does that mean. What I'm saying is, at class 5, it is wastage of time for the student to spend time in Shakespearean literature. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm saying it is not the time. Okay, so just understand, reach to develop your awareness. When you are fully aware, you realize yourself. That time you look into that. Everything will be meaningful. I can share some of my story. Long time back, I think in 1997 or something. So because I came into this, this path, Kriya Yoga, in 2008. I'm talking about 10 years before that. So that time I saw many people, it became a, fashion to read in the airport, read Deepak Chopra's book. So many people I see in the airport reading Deepak Chopra. I also bought something, Deepak Chopra. I didn't understand a single word of it. Whatever he has written, nothing, absolutely. And what he is talking about. So anyway, I got bored and I didn't buy any, book of Deepak Chopra after that. But I did in 2010, all the books I read after that. Everything makes so much meaning that time. So that's what I'm saying. It is nothing wrong with Deepak Chopra, nothing wrong with you, nothing wrong with spirituality. Just arrive there. Your eyes will be open, your awareness will be developed. Then you look into this. It will be wonderful. Even when I, joined 2012 First World Parliament on Spirituality, different masters came all over the world. Of course, they're from India, then the Japan, and they came from France and Australia and everybody, US. Their version of that spirituality, it looks like I'm having experiencing fragrance of different types of flower. It's the same. It's the same creation. Creator is same, but the flowers are different. Fragrances are different. Okay, somebody talking about laughter yoga, through laughter. So that is different. I didn't practice that, but it makes sense when they explain to that. Yeah. Somebody was explaining about complete into, Bhakti Yoga mark, means Hare Krishna type thing. It's all fine, but only thing is, you have to choose your path, reach to the destination, then you look into this. Everything then you will get the actual essence of these paths. But if you keep hopping these paths, you will never be achieve that ultimate awareness for yourself. So that is the only advice. All right. So this is a little bit about the preamble of our topic, so that we can focus on whatever we are learning today. Okay. So already we have learned about the different stages of different layers of mind. They are the conscious mind, subconscious mind, and there is something called unconscious mind. What I also explained, that it is called field of all possibilities. But for the sake of just saying it, I will mention it as an unconscious mind. Okay, and then is a superconscious mind. Okay. Now in these 4 layers of mind, so we will now understand what our body does at those state of mind. So that will, and from there we'll go to what is the role of soul at each and individual time of that. Okay, when conscious mind is operating, it can operate only during our awake state. Like we're working, walking, talking, writing something, traveling, all these are operated by our conscious mind. In this time, our body is in active mode. It is active. Even if you are relaxing, that is still some activity. So in conscious mind is operating when your body is active. It is doing something, thinking something consciously, relaxing even. So those are all, activity does not mean you have to jog and run and things like that. Activity means if you are sitting, it's also, if you are talking only on phone, that is also activity. So these are, during this time, our active mind is working. Conscious mind is working. Body is active and mind is conscious mind. That is operating. Now, again, I'll give a little footnote here. It does not mean all other, minds are completely zero. Means predominating, mind is that. So there is always exceptions and all. So I'm not talking about exception. I'm talking about the basics. Now, so that is clearly understandable. Normally what? The conscious mind is working, and during a conscious mind it's a field of thoughts. Thoughts, it is seen that in awake state, like when the conscious mind is working, 60,000 thoughts per day passing through our conscious mind. Roughly 60,000, it may be just 1 thought per second, you can say, roughly. It passes through our mind every day. Okay. So these thoughts takes a lot of our energy. And it is seen that about 95% of these thoughts, are unnecessary. Because it doesn't have any practical utility, or you never act on them. You just say thought. And the nature, few things let me mention here. Thoughts, some of the characteristic of thought is always flowing. It cannot be standstill. In active mind, when thought comes, it has to flow. It cannot just stand still for a few minutes and then go. So here lies the key. If you can make the thought stand still for 68 seconds, you can manifest that. That is so powerful, because it is always floating, because you don't have control. Thought has a control. How do you know that thought has a control? Because at your will, you cannot switch off your thought. So same thing, which is uncontrollable, okay, like uncontrollable water become flood. But same water controlled can be helpful for irrigation. Similarly, uncontrolled thoughts are drawing your energy unnecessarily. As I said, 90% of that of no use. But same thought, If you can stop, switch off, then you can save that energy. If you can control those thoughts, like you can hold it for 68 seconds, same thought, no flittering here and there, you can manifest that. So the masters, they use the same technique to manifest things. Controlling thought, they can go beyond thought. They have a power over thought. Many people ask me, can you say in a single sentence, what is the difference between, how do I know I'm enlightened? That is the question. Or what is the difference between an enlightened person and unenlightened? Just give one sentence. Don't give too much of jargon and give lecture of many things, So I said, okay, if that is the case, then if you can switch off your mind, thought mind, at your will, you are enlightened. If you cannot, you need sadhana. You need practice to reach there. That's all. So try that. If you can do, suppose next 15 minutes, I will not have any thought. If you can maintain that, you are enlightened. You don't need Kriya, meditation, anything. You are there. But if you don't, you need to practice. That is the sadhana. Sadhana is all about, if I say in a simple language, all about how to control your mind and more importantly, how to switch it off when you want. Not that we met with an accident, gone into coma and there is no thought. That is not enlightenment. Okay, that is accident. Okay, at your will, you have to switch off the thought. Okay. So this is the another thing. So same thought mind, when we intentionally clean it, I'm just giving few features of that. So there is no misunderstanding. People get confused with all this. We talk about, we communicate with the masters and communicate with somebody, departed souls and all. We use the same mind as a platform, as a tool, as a desk. How you do it? First, you clean our mind from our own thought. We are not generating anything. Then use that platform to send the intention. The message is received as a thought. But the quality of that thought is different. We know that is the answer. We use the same platform. We use it as a tool rather than get carried away with it. A piece of land, if you don't do anything, there is a lot of small plants will come. So in Bengal we get agacha. Anybody knows what is the English term of agacha?
Weed.
Something you don't want. It is coming, some plant. If you don't take care of it, it will become a forest. So that land, something will come. But if you can give attention, take care of it, you can make a beautiful garden out of it. You can choose which plant to put where. Same piece of land, when in unattended condition, it becomes like weed and some kind of forest which is not what you wanted. But same thing, if you can take care of it, if you plant it, you can nurture it. So first stage of making a garden in that plant is remove all the weeds first. When somebody you are planning to do the garden, what do you do? First you clean. And in the mind level, I'm saying exactly the same technique. It is not a rocket science. You have to remove the unnecessarily thoughts from your mind so that you can make it useful and powerful. So that is about the conscious mind. So I already told you, several utilities of it. You use the same mind. So don't get confused. If somebody says I'm communicating, so I'm getting a thought that this master is telling this and all, that thought is a different. Don't confuse with your normal thought that, normal thought that my check is deposited and it is not encashed yet. That is a difference. Okay. Nothing wrong with that thought, by the way. But what I'm saying is the quality thought is different. Same mind platform is used. When the mind is clean, even you can read somebody else's mind. because it generates electromagnetic field. Your mind is clean, so your mind will behave like a mirror. It will reflect others' mind, and that's how you can read somebody else's thought. By the way, I remember one incident that I was explaining this. You can read somebody's thought, and in a resort, some friends were there, and we were saying. So when I say that, the friend sitting next to me in the chair in the lawn, he took the chair 2 meters away from me, so that by mistake also I cannot read the thought. So anyway, the jokes apart, but normally nobody does it. Unsolicited thing is not done. It is used for the healing. The masters have no interest. They have already crossed that level of taking interest into somebody's life, what is happening to their personal life and all. Never. They lost that. One of the thing changes within the whoever. If you walk on that path, ultimately you will also feel that. The story of human will no longer attract you, no longer interest you, rather, not forget about attract. It doesn't matter. He is doing it, he said this, he is run away with so and so. It's okay. All drama. Okay, it doesn't matter. So that's why the masters will have no interest into reading your mind unnecessarily for entertainment. Let me put it in this way. If they will read, if they need to help you, to heal you. If somebody is, the patient in the hospital, then we go and read the mind. He may not be able to speak. He needs a certain, he can understand his body. He needs something. His maybe left arm is paining, but he cannot say it. We go to the energy field and get this reading of what he is thinking. And then we can politely say to the family, can you consult a doctor and check his arm? We don't give this lecture that I got it from the thought reading, and no, because they will say, what nonsense is talking? Okay. So no need to disturb the existing system. We have to respect, existing system and then operate accordingly so that it is useful for the humanity. So that's what we are doing. Anyway, so I hope the conscious mind part and what your body is doing, what is the conscious mind's utility, I have explained. So if you have any question only on the conscious mind and the correlation with the active state, you ask me. Then I'll go to subconscious. All right. Okay, one point I just didn't mention. At active state, what is the role of a soul? Soul is always in witness mode. Okay, soul is always in witness mode. It gives the energy to run, but it never interferes. Like if you say that suppose I'm using this laptop, okay. If the laptop if it's a hardware, it's a body, the software that we are using now, Google Meet, software is already uploaded, Google is uploaded, Google Meet we are using, that you can say the mind. The power it is getting, the electricity, the signal, okay, the Wi-Fi, those are the content of the soul in the equivalency level. Like if you don't have the power, if you don't have internet, you cannot even, your body and mind or your laptop and this Google Meet. It is not possible. In other words, the electricity which runs this computer or the internet which runs this software or that medium we are using, so without that we cannot communicate. But it doesn't choose what to communicate. The content, it does not control. So that's why we call it similar way, it energizes, but we call it a witness mode. Okay. It is not interfering into your business. It is just supporting you with the energy. Okay, let me give another example. Suppose A car. Okay, car is a hardware, making your body. Your mind is running that car. Means that is a driver. And your soul is the fuel, the petrol you put into the car. Without that, car will not run. But where to go, which direction to go, the driver decides, not the petrol. Is clear? Understanding? Show me thumbs up if you have understood.
Yeah, but
All
that's
right.
the question.
Yes, Shaival.
Not to make it light, but National Rifle Association in US says guns don't kill the people. The guns don't kill
People do.
People do, right?
Correct. Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
Right? So
Correct.
their position is correct then?
Yeah, I'm not talking of the Rifle Association's position, but the event they mentioned, that is correct.
Hmm.
Okay.
So if just to make it so if that person didn't have a gun, or he would have done it with a knife or any other weapon, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But the quantum will be different.
Right. Okay.
The effect will be different.
Sure. Okay.
Yes, Monica? Yeah, 1 minute, Uma, I'm coming to you. Yes, Monica?
So the intuition is a subtle message from our soul and a higher self, or intuition is something else?
No, intuition is coming from the higher self. Message coming from higher self, but they will, as I explained earlier, they will use the same mind platform. Only thing you need to distinguish which is chattering of your mind and which is coming from the higher self. You will know that by practice. Okay, means in a garden, which plant you have planted, you will know. And which plant has automatically come, you will be able to distinguish. No? This is not planted by you. Okay, like that, you can differentiate which is generated by you and which is coming to you. Okay. Yes, Uma?
Guruji, in conscious level, soul act as a fuel. Its part is like fuel. Is that understood?
Provide the energy to run the life. Where the energy is cut, then physical body become dead. But it doesn't interfere into any business of this thing. Unless until you ask, that I'll come to that. But at conscious level, it is just to give a support. It will not interfere. Okay. But there are exceptions. Are there. So I'm not talking about exceptions. I'm talking about in general. All right. Okay. God bless you. So now let me go to when the subconscious mind. You already have understood the subconscious mind and subconscious mind, the play. In general, what is the relation between subconscious mind and all? Last week we explained, subconscious is a big chunk of our mind, which is not in the surface. We normally don't interact. It is that's why it's called subconscious. What it does, the connection of normal time, like normal means I mean the awake time. What it does is the connection between conscious mind and subconscious mind, there is a pathway, but the pathway is controlled by filters. The information, what is the storage or database, from the database, only few things have been picked up through some filter, and then it arrives our conscious mind. What are those filters? Filters are our own thoughts. I'm saying conscious mind, our own thoughts, our own belief system, our own judgments, or fear of, consequences. These are our filters. So some subconscious mind, something can be brought into the conscious mind during some activity, but these are the filters. Because subconscious mind works as a database of all your past experiences and all. let me give you some example to understand. I'm talking about the relation between conscious and subconscious mind. It's a database. Okay. But like you can say, like suppose in your laptop, we don't open all the file at the same time. No? You have all the files stored, suppose in your computer, you open a certain file and then see, suppose a Word file. So that's how one by one file, you can bring it to the conscious mind. But when we bring that file, it passes through a filter. And that filter is our own belief system, our own judgments, and fear of consequences. These are the kind of things it passes through. And then it arrives at the conscious mind. So that is why most of our thoughts are already contaminated. Okay, let me put it in this way. Suppose I'm seeing let me put it other way around. If somebody new see me, they will say me, okay, this fellow, his name is Rajdeep, look like this. It's a clean slate, no? There's no background involved here. Okay. But now, if I suppose we meet in the market, but if Shoival meets me in the market, his file of in our college days and what happened during last few years about my family, all this file will be opened automatically. Yeah? I'm not saying this is good or bad. So those experiences of Shoival about me will influence his thought, and then he will act accordingly. Or let me put it some other way, unknown people's example. Suppose somebody you consider that person as your enemy. When that person appears, already you will download many things before even start talking a single word. Maybe that fellow was enemy as per you, maybe a few years back. But that day, he or she came here to give you a gift. Nothing wrong, just a simple. But he will be 100 times thinking whether to take the gift or not, what is his intention, it will some hamper me, all this will play in your mind. So that means your conscious mind is contaminated with something in your subconscious and filtered out through your belief system. Okay. And this will not happen for an unknown person because you don't have any file there. Okay. So once you understand that, when the masters do, they stop this filter, they remove the filter altogether. Whenever they meet anyone, they don't bring the past lives past files into that. They take it as a fresh. That is called living in the moment. It is not contaminated. It's in a pure form. Understand this. A simple thing, but difficult to understand. Okay. They live in the moment. They don't allow their conscious mind to get contaminated with their subconscious or the memory or this kind of faculties. So what they do, they get directly connected to the higher self, the soul consciousness, bypass subconscious. No need for that kind of interference into that. So directly the soul conscious, they bring it to the conscious and give it to what is appropriate at that moment. That is called living an enlightened life. You are not contaminated by your thoughts, your judgments, or fear of consequences of anything whatsoever. They will tell you the truth, that this is coming to me. That is the truth. Then, smart people, they ask, how do you know it is correct? I don't know it is correct. But I am sharing the truth. Which is correct? I am sharing the truth. Okay. So they live in a moment. They don't fear of consequences. It doesn't touch them. Because they are not manipulating. They are not planning to say or do something. They are just flowing what is coming to them. So they are in the flow. That's why they don't have any fear of consequences. Okay, suppose channeling, say healing. I said, I'm channeling healing for you. But if you ask, can you guarantee that tomorrow that person will be healed? No, I cannot give guarantee. I'm just channeling the healing. That is truth. Healing is received. That is the truth. But when it will recover, I don't know. That is also the truth. That's the divine. That's why no master will tell that I am healing. He said, I am channeling healing. Means result is not in my hand. Result is with the divine. Ma phaleshu kadachana. That is the reason. So that your ego doesn't come into the play. You are no one. You are just a channel. You are just an agent. So that we remind every time. Okay, duty is to pass on the energy, and that's what we're doing. Result, we don't know. Okay. And rather, we don't need to know. Do for the right thing, and it will happen at its divine time. All right. So this is about what is the role of subconscious and conscious during awake state. And when the conscious mind is switched off, that is at the time of, normally it happens at the time of our sleep. When you go to the sleep, active mind is not working. So in that sense, you can say the conscious, subconscious mind take over when you are at sleep. There is 100% subconscious mind because activity has stopped. Your thought mind, like thinking, doing something in active state, it is stopped. So that time your subconscious takes over. And during explaining the subconscious mind, I explained that all our dreams are governed by the subconscious mind. All means within bracket, there are exceptions. I'm not talking about that. In general, the dreams are governed by our own subconscious mind. That time subconscious mind comes into play, and the effect we have seen, that is in the form of a dream. If you see the speed of a dream, events, you will be surprised. Within 10 minutes, you can see that 1 year of events. If you remember last 5 minutes of your dream, before you wake up, if you can recall, then you can recall so many things happen in the last 5 minutes. Huge speed. In that sense, in electronics term, we call it clock speed. The clock speed frequency is huge to the subconscious. I already told earlier, if you are driving somewhere 10 kilometer, and if you hypnotize and you can download the subconscious mind, all consciously you don't remember, all cars you crossed, what is their color, what is their number, how many people were sitting there, which direction they are going, all these things will be downloaded. You will tell, your subconscious, you will hypnotize and you will tell. But you don't remember. Same thing, subconscious, huge capacity. That's why it is called as a tip of the iceberg, all these things. So that's why the dream will be huge, super speed. So many things will happen in few minutes in your dream. Okay. But luckily you don't remember all the dreams. Otherwise, it will take 3 days to remember all the dreams you dreamt in one night. So, okay. So anyway, just I'm giving for comparison's sake. You don't need to. It's okay. You just drop it. In my advice is, don't be too much interested and study and all this about subconscious, because on spiritual path it doesn't help much. That's why. Again, when you reach to the top, you will understand, you will know, you will study, that's fine. That time it is okay. But now, don't give too much of important meaning of, I saw people spending a lot of time in the analysis of dreams and this. There are subjects, but my advice is, in my own experience, don't waste time into this now. Okay. Whether I saw this dream, whether it is some Babaji is coming and blessing me in the dream, maybe, but don't bother. You do your sadhana. That is not important now. Okay, I saw a new house. Will I get that new house? Don't bother. Okay, it may be, but don't spend much time into that kind of thing in the dream matter, because it is coming here. Why? Because it is coming from your subconscious. You are thinking about it, or you may be worried about something. It comes into that in the dream because of that. So these, most likely, these are not the spiritual messages or your future you are seeing there. Okay. Right. So this is about the subconscious. It happens, as I said, during dream state. Your subconscious comes into the forefront and the play. So whatever you see in the dreams, that is coming from your own subconscious mind. Okay. So in this subconscious state also, the dream state also, it is in Sanskrit, it's called Swapnavastha. Okay. In Swapnavastha, that also, to my understanding, my experience, soul is also in the witness mode. It doesn't interfere into dreams. That's what I'm saying. Don't consider dreams as a spiritual messages. Okay. Because in that state also, your soul, higher self, is in witness mode. They are not interfering into this. Okay. Right. So in the same, during sleep state, one point of time that we don't even dream, that is called deep sleep. As I explained earlier, that the medically they say the rapid eye movement, REM, when rapid eye movement happens, that time we are dreaming, but at the some part of our dream, rapid eye movement stops. That time we go to deep sleep. It is equivalent to coma. every time we sleep, every night we go into that state, some part of our sleep, that part of the sleep we don't even dream. So there is no event, there is nothing. It's just like a fast forward, skip that thing, that phase. That phase is about that unconscious mind, we call it, or you can say field of all possibilities. So that we don't remember. That part we don't, have any kind of connotation mind-wise. So that is called unconscious. During deep sleep. So physical body, when physical body sleeps, the two state of mind is normally encountered. One is the subconscious mind, which is the dream state, and another is deep sleep state when we don't dream. Both of them happens when your body is sleeping. Physical body is sleeping. Okay. And that is the unconscious part. But interesting thing is, during unconscious mind, during this state, deep sleep state, our soul become active. So far, when we say the soul is witness, only during deep sleep, soul become active. I'm not saying soul become alive. Soul is always alive. Is immortal. I'm saying that time it becomes active. It was witnessing, and now it become active. When it become active, during our deep sleep time, it does all its business, or even it, leave the physical body as astral body, Shukshma Deha. It leaves the physical body and go visit places. And last week, Roy was giving his experience about, he went to some Rishikesh or some places in Himalaya, and then during meditation, he went to trance mode, and then he saw some forest and some building, rooftop or something like that. And the next day, when he was going further up to Kedarnath or something, he saw the same forest and same thing. Deja vu effect, we call it, So that time I just explained to him, it happened because when he was in a trance, in the deep meditation state, your astral body leaves. It can also happen during deep sleep. Your astral body leaves and have a, recce of the area, like have a advanced party sort of things. When you're planning to go somewhere, your astral body goes before that, and you can have a look at those things, and it will come back. And next time when you go there, you will feel like, oh, it looks familiar. I have seen this before. Okay, so what I'm saying is that time when your body is in deep sleep, all of us, it is not a, exclusive for few, only master, everybody. There goes soul, leaves the body, go meet with the, forefathers and chit chat with who has crossed over already. meet with the parents and the friends who already crossed over, meet with them and, do some kind of chit-chatting we call adda. Adda means just a gossiping and chit-chatting, something like that, and do all this. And sometimes they visit other masters. They take a guidance of how to heal physical body. So maybe body is feeling something, so they get it, the clue, they bring it back. Okay, so, and that also, in that dimension, there is no time. Even if the deep sleep is for 10 minutes, they can meet 10,000 different entities and come back. Okay, so there is no such limit that how much time. It may be too short a time to meet many people. It is our understanding of time. Okay, in higher dimension, there is no time. It's absolutely possible to meet many or maybe none. Maybe soul is, relaxing. Go near the Jupiter planet and relax a little bit and go see other galaxy and come back. It's okay. Little bit of, it's too much of in the confinement, so it got little bit of chance to get little bit of relaxation, rejuvenation, and come back. It is all possible. So anyway, so that time soul become active. But the question is, then why we don't remember what our soul, the Sukshma, what visited, when we meet with our forefathers or friends or relatives and all, which is on the other side. We don't remember because when our Sukshma Deha, the astral body leaves physical body, it doesn't carry the physical brain with it, the memory. That's why we don't remember. When it comes back, there is a little bit of spillover effect. I explained in the last week to Roy, I think, that regarding that example I have given. Little bit of information is passed over to your physical brain. That part you remember, not everything. Okay, and sometimes it spill over to your subconscious. You see something in the dream, but not everything. That's what I'm saying, that don't get confused. Everything is your dream is all spiritual. It may not be, or most likely not to be. Few of them are, because of this spillover effect. You can remember few of them, you can see in the dream few of them, because of the spillover effect. When it comes back to the body, then it gives a little bit of information, spills over, but that's all. Okay. All right. So in that what does that mean? That means there is no way we can communicate so far. No way we can communicate with our soul, no? Because when we are deep sleep, then only soul become active. So how to communicate? For that, the fourth stage is coming. So to communicate with your higher self, you need to utilize your superconscious mind, not your superconscious mind, to use the superconscious mind. It holds us. We don't hold mind, superconscious mind. In the superconscious mind you can arrive at that state by deep meditation, where your thought mind is completely quietened. So that's why we practice to go into no thought zone. So the active mind is closed. Your subconscious mind is bypassed. It is there, but you don't need to use them. So go to no thought zone. Just stop all this kind of belief system and judgment part. Get detached from it. That way you can bypass that. Then you are in a connection with your superconscious mind. A superconscious mind can be connected during deep meditative state. And thought mind is not working. You are fully aware what is happening all around you. I have a table. I will show it again today. You know exactly, you are fully aware where you are and all, but your ego is dissolved. Means you don't know who you are basically. Why? Because your thought mind is stopped. The subconscious mind is bypassed. So the ego is not present. And that's how you can get connected with your higher self. During subconscious, this, so your body, what is the, so now let me put it in brief. What is the condition of the body? Meditating. And in during that time, which mind is working? Superconscious mind. And what is the role of the soul? Interactive. Communicate. Now, basically, you are not sending a text message. You are talking on phone. Means two-way communication, not one way. You need not to wait till you get a response. Okay, it's called two-way communication. And in the spiritual level, that is the difference, between, see, there are three types of communication happens in the spiritual level. Something we call prayer. Prayer means my intention, I'm passing it on. But I don't know whether it is received or not, or what is the thing. I don't know. That part is not. So we keep praying. It's important. From prayer, we have to come to the level where we'll be able to receive the messages, divine messages. Without asking anything, you will get some message or blessing or something. You'll be able to receive. Those are divine messages. Both of these are one way. One is you're praying, means you're sending it to the divine, to the source. And another way is receiving from the source. Both are fine. You are little better than only praying and not knowing what is the consequence, or received or not received and all those things. When we say it doesn't matter, you keep praying, but that is a different issue. But at that moment, you don't know whether it is received or not. Third part is actual communication. Like you are praying and receiving the message at the same time. So it is a two-way communication. When I pray to Babaji, Babaji, please give me the understanding of this, then Babaji gives me some message. Okay, then and there, right now. Okay, earlier when this, it is his wish, it's not me. If you call somebody, the person may not pick up the call. It's also possible. Okay, I'm not saying always it will happen that communication will establish, but it is his wish, or it is a divine will that will happen. Okay, but when that happens, then basically you cannot use your active mind to communicate. You have to use your higher self to communicate. Your fourth body, that is what I call with soul, is communicating with the higher level, and soul is passing that information back to our mind so that we can talk about it, we can put it into the Facebook post or voice message or whatever. Okay. Babaji earlier was giving me instruction, gave some message. And then he said, now it is your duty to transfer it from divine net to internet. Okay. Because Babaji is joking, using our language to give time to time something. Okay. So my duty was to transform, not only receiving the message, because now, I'm in the middle of the mission. So my duty is to convert what is in the divine net into the internet, so that people can understand their own way. Basically, I got the raw material. Now my duty is to cook the food and serve. That's all. Okay. So anyway, so that is the role of the superconscious mind, and only during that time it is interactive. If you say, in my life, I never interacted with my soul. Yes, because you have not gone to the superconscious state, deep meditative state. And this deep meditative state also in Sanskrit is called Turiya Avastha of mind. Turiya is also the name of my daughter. Sorry, daughter. It is given from this only. This is the meaning. Turiya. It's a Turiya state of mind. All right. So if you have any question, you can ask me. I will now share two slides, what I normally give it during workshop presentations. If you have any question, you can ask.
Sir, I have a question. So
Yes,
when
Vidya.
I sleep every night, so after like say half an hour or 45 minutes something, then I feel like it's conscious state, but after a while I feel some jerk kind of stuff either in my spine or something, and then I feel then I have entered the deep state thing because I feel some separation from my body, but I'm not sure if
Yes.
that is the deep sleep or something else.
All right. Vidya, what you experience is, it can also happen not only during sleep, it is also happening while you are meditating. Okay. This jerk is when your astral body leaves the physical body. I just explained you, a little time before. Our soul leaves. Yeah, soul means it is astral body. I'm not going again repeating the same definition of soul. Our soul leaves the body, then if sometimes it gives jerk. Okay, you say suddenly in the jerk, but it is harmless. Okay, don't just allow it to happen. It's okay. Your body may be still meditating, your astral body leaves, does its business, and comes back. It can happen a split second also. It can come back within few seconds. Okay, but it completes its business, or whatever it is. As I said, it can visit 10 different domains in the higher dimension and still come back within a few seconds. Okay, but to be specific, that jerk indicates that your astral body is leaving physical body at that time.
Okay.
Okay.
And one more.
All right. Okay, 1 minute, because yes, Vidya.
One more thing is, suppose I keep something somewhere and I forget it, and then I have some thought that it is here itself, like wherever, say on the table or something. If I go see there, it will be there. So is it the role of subconscious mind or
Yes. It is the role of subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind records everything.
Okay.
And that's why it is possible, if you can go back into your subconscious, you can dig up that information. That is also possible. Okay. Means you bring it to your conscious mind by like your memory, and you can go and you can find it there. It is quite possible. I was giving example of that, crossing a car and all the information one can have there all recorded and things like that. So like that, if you keep something somewhere, your subconscious mind knows it. Okay. So it can be traced back and you can utilize. It is possible. I'm confirming that this experience here is possible. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, God bless you. Yes, Vikas, go ahead.
RPA, in the same lines, sometimes your eyes are open and you are praying and body shakes.
Yeah.
Some like this.
Yeah.
What that indicate?
So that also indicate your astral body leaving your physical body.
But your eyes are open.
Don't think your physical, that doesn't matter. See, basically, to astral body to leave physical body need not to be dead. Okay. Let me put it in this way. Your each and every body part has its own consciousness.
Yes.
Own intelligence, rather. Okay, consciousness is one. Own intelligence. So they can operate at the local level. But astral body can go and do its business and come back. That's fine. Same thing happens when they daydream. When you daydream, you're conscious, even the eyes are open, or sometimes your mind goes into subconscious and brings some kind of dreams and all. So that also can be possible. What I'm saying, it is possible. Okay, you need not to be close your eyes and sleep all the time. It's not necessary.
Right. Sometimes you are praying in front of some photograph or some statue or whatever. And suddenly you feel that has moved, or that is drawing your attention, or something, some movement is there, not in the body, but in that. What is that?
That is because you have come into the energy field of that. suppose you are meditating in front of Ramakrishna Paramahansa Dev's, statue. I'm just giving for example. Then you will come into the energy field of Thakur. You'll be able to connect and be in the energy field. So your normal vision will change. Okay, give me some physical thing. While swimming, okay, if you open your eyes,
Yeah.
same thing, floor of the swimming pool will look different.
Yes.
Okay, so these changes happen because the medium has changed. From the air is different, from underwater it is different.
Yes.
So when you meditate in front of something, particularly, go to a place of worship, their energy is very high, vibration is very high.
Okay.
And the master's energy is there. Same thing happen if you are in a physical contact with the master.
Yeah.
The energy field changes. So your experience also change.
Yeah.
Okay, same object you are observing every day, but that day it will look more colorful, more colorful, your fragrances will be stronger and things like that. Okay, because it is coming to that field. Your medium has changed. Your medium has gone to highly energetic so that you feel like some change. Most of the people, they feel it like an expansion. Same, so a small statue, it will look big. Okay. It will appear to be big. Yeah. Because you are in the expanded awareness, this state, and it will feel like that. Okay. I'm just giving one example. I'm not giving you all this thing to visualize that. Don't visualize. That's strictly no in our spiritual path. Okay. And people spend a lot of time and effort for visualization and things like that. No. I'm telling you not to practice that.
Yeah.
My advice, visualization is also mind game. It can do initially little help, but people get stuck with this. Don't visualize, experience. If you don't experience anything, that is also fine, but don't visualize. Don't stuck in the mind level. You have to bypass mind, remember that. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Okay.
Raldeep, I have a question on the soul. The definition of soul. Can I ask that question?
Yes, yeah.
So, as you said, there's a soul is between the third and the seventh body, right?
Sixth.
Sixth, okay.
All combined, that package is, to my understanding, that is, I call it soul.
So, can there be multiple physical manifestation of souls at a given instance? For example,
Yes.
I, as a physical manifestation of my soul, as
Yes.
well as there is in some other dimension, there is another.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We are all multidimensional beings. Yes. Yeah.
And do we communicate?
Yes. During deep sleep, what I told you.
Okay.
Okay. We communicate, we go there and come back, we experience there many things. Okay. But now it will only be the mental, intellectual understanding. That's what I don't want you to have.
Okay.
Okay. Just experience. If it is not happening, it's okay for a reason. But don't bother. But the truth is, I'm sharing the truth. All of us, we travel different dimensions. We have a similar identical entity somewhere. We are spiritual being having human experience. It is one of the incarnation. That's all. We are not all of this. Okay, understand that. The fundamental truth, this is not all. It's only a small representation. Like in the chat room, so suppose that WhatsApp, sometimes we put our photo there, a small photo.
Mm-hmm.
In the some circle and there is a photo in it, in the chat, So in this dimension, so WhatsApp dimension, that is represented by us. And I send a message, that photo will appear. This is from Rajdeep or RPF. So in chat room environment, the WhatsApp environment, that is me. But the question is, if say this, You said the RPA said that. That is correct. But is it all of RPA? No. There is a much, much bigger thing of RPA is there elsewhere. Same here.
I see. Okay.
In third dimensional, this Earth planet environment, we are represented like this. You are represented in the as a Shaival in this Earth, in the planet Earth at this moment in this way.
I see. Okay.
But you are not all of this.
Okay. That helps. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
All right. So fine then. So I will show you 2 slides to summarize whatever we discussed. And after that, we'll go into the meditation and this Kriya and meditation. All right. So now I'll share 2 slides. Okay, let us start with this. Can you see this? Somebody has to unmute and tell me yes or no. I cannot see you.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. Okay. So this I explained. This I explained last week. The states of mind. So these states of mind has been given. There are the columns. They have a heading: knowledge of I is yes, and knowledge of I is no. Okay, and the row headings are knowledge of surroundings is yes, and knowledge of surrounding is no. Okay, first quadrant, this one means knowledge of I, who am I, we are aware, and knowledge of surroundings, what is there, where I am sitting, what I am doing, I am talking, which place I am in, who are with me, what is the temperature of the room, etc. So this is the knowledge of surroundings. So if both are yes, I know who am I, and I know where what I am doing, what is around me, then we are at Jagrut Avastha or awake state. It is driven by the conscious mind. When the knowledge of I is there, what I am doing, everything, it is I'm aware of that, but knowledge of surroundings is no. That is Swapna Avastha. So means in the dream state, you know which role you are playing. Who are you into that dream? So the consciousness, the knowledge of I is there. But only thing is, what where you are sleeping, what is the color of the wall, and what is the temperature of the room, you don't know. You are not aware. And that is the dream state. Sanskrit is called Swapnavastha, and it is controlled by our subconscious mind primarily. Okay. Then come to the fourth quadrant, which is knowledge of surroundings no, and knowledge of I is no, and both of them are no. I don't know who am I, neither am I aware of anything of my surroundings. That in Sanskrit is called Shushupta Avastha or deep sleep, and it is operated by unconscious mind. And now let us come to the third, the fourth state or last state of mind. This is in Sanskrit it's called Turiya Avastha. It happens during meditative state when the knowledge of surrounding is yes. You can hear all the sound, you can feel the temperature of the room, some air is going on, coming and touching your skin, etc. But knowledge of I is not there. And this is the time we call your ego has dropped. Your identity, sense of identity, that I am Rajdeep, I am sitting, that I am Rajdeep part is dropped. That time you merge with the higher consciousness. So that is the pure meditative state. And that is the time the superconscious mind is experienced. Okay, it is always there. Only that time it is experienced. So that is the superconscious mind. So this is the fourth state of mind and explained in this way. So just to give a footnote, this is the way I am making you to understand, but that is not all. I'm just make it simple to understand, but there are a lot of other issues, complications are there and all. I'm not touching that. But in the simple thing, this is a pointer I have used to understand that what is the superconscious mind, or in that case, conscious mind, subconscious, unconscious, and superconscious, the four states of mind. Now, it is today's topic. Whatever we discussed so far, what is the interrelation between mind, body, and soul? So in that, we started with the 4 states of mind, and we just checked in each state what our body and what our soul is doing at that time. It's not doing, it's a being. But anyway, and just for the language sake, I'm doing it, but I'm saying what they're doing. State of mind is awake, then the state of body will be active. It is doing something, talking or walking or something. State of soul is witness mode. Next is during the dreaming state. Dreaming state of body will be sleeping, and the state of soul is witness. It is still witnessing, not interfering into any of these 2 activities. When the state of mind is unconscious, that time body is still sleeping because it is a deep sleep state. And that is the time our soul become active, what I explained to you. It leaves the body, physical body, and it does its own business and comes back. That is the thing. The soul is active. And 4th state of mind, which is the superconscious state or Turiya state, that time the state of the body is meditating. And that is the only time when the soul is interactive. The 2-way communication happens. Earlier, these 2, there is no communication. Here, soul can communicate, but body and mind is not in the position to receive or, communicate with the soul. So that is also communication doesn't happen there because of our state of our mind and body. And the last one, where our mind is at the Turiya state and body is meditating, that is the time we can interact. So that is a summary of the things we discussed. So can you see me back again? All right. Okay. Fine. So now if any one of you have any final question on this topic, you can ask me. Then we'll go into our Kriya and meditation for today. Okay.